E3 2017 has officially come and gone, and man, am I exhausted. If you've been following me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, you may have been seeing my adventures on the show floor this year. And what an incredible E3 it was. I had personalized appointments with almost every major company this year, and that to me is a massive win as a YouTuber. It's hard to do nowadays. Tons of companies think very little of YouTubers and streamers, but because of awesome fans like yourselves watching my show, we've helped educate them on how important video games can be to our large and growing community. So thank you as always for supporting me in what I'm doing. This year, I went to almost every conference available. And if you were watching closely, you may have seen me appear from time to time in the Sony and Ubisoft conferences. Now, this video is not intended to rate which company won E3. I personally feel that we, the community, are the ones to have won E3 every year. There are tons of games to play and look forward to in the upcoming years. But I played a lot of games in the past 72 hours, and I've got a lot on my mind. So, welcome to my top 10 games of E3 2017. And just to be clear, the rankings for the following games aren't reflective of my current outstanding relationships with any companies, nor was I paid to rank any of them on this list. But I will say one of the games on this list is from a sponsored video I did earlier this week because I genuinely believe that game is going to be good. So in case you missed it, click the link in the description below or click that little white icon that has the eye in the center of it right in the corner of the video right now. Also as a note, I'm not going to rank any games that were recently announced and had no playable demos, meaning all of the games you'll see on this list are games, both AAA and indie, that I physically got a chance to play. So, let's begin.
Number 10.
So if you've been checking out the Completionist recently, you'd know that my love for fighting games is growing stronger and stronger each and every year. Back in May, I did one of the most difficult episodes I can remember in recent years. Completing Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was one of the most difficult and scariest episodes of the Completionist. What's worse is look at this. Look at how many views I got on this video, right? Pretty damn good if you ask me. That video made $35 total. Yep, this makes this video the most expensive video in Completionist history to date. Thank you, YouTube, and thank God for the adpocalypse. Anywho, one of my most anticipated games for this year has got to be Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. The return of the Marvel community, the return of mashup crossover fighting, the return of bad animations and weird simplistic controls, the return— wait, what was that last one? Yeah, let's face it, the animations do look pretty bad and the controls got dumbed down quite a lot. After playing the story demo, which was made public after Sony's press conference, let me tell ya, I was not impressed. But then I went to Capcom's booth and I got some real good hands-on time with the Versus demo they had with the game, and my worries immediately went away. It still feels very familiar to previous Capcom fighters, and I did have a lot of fun playing it. However, it felt like the game was still very early on in its development cycle, and the game comes out in about 3 to 4 months. So that's why this game is at the bottom of my top 10 list. It was good, but it wasn't great. Come on, Capcom, I am rooting for you.
Number 9.
I have a quick question for you guys, and maybe I'm dating how old I am, but have you guys ever seen Brendan Fraser's The Mummy? The Good Mummy? Not the Tom Cruise one, that one just sucks. Imagine if that was a video game. Enter Strange Brigade. This is a third-person action shooter that pins you and 3 friends against the never-ending horde of mummies. This little gem is being produced by Rebellion. While I was playing it, this really felt like it was one of the best multiplayer experiences I had at this year's E3. Alex Fossiani, Lasercorn of Smosh Games, and Andre from Black Nerd Comedy teamed up with me to take down the undead. It's got this cool TF2 vibe mixed with a third-person over-the-shoulder perspective combat. I love the 1920s, 1930s kind of Indiana Jones aesthetic. The game is super simple. You shoot mummies, watch your friends back, shoot more mummies, power up your awesome amulet, use that to hurt more mummies, special monsters show up, you shoot them, and then more mummies come. It sounds mundane and repetitive, sure, but these ugly baddies can sneak up on you. It truly reminds me of a 1920 setting of Left 4 Dead. If you get a chance to check this game out, get some friends and give it a shot. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Number 8.
Fresh off my kick of Fire Emblem for the GBA, I walked straight into Fire Emblem Warriors with open arms. If you guys saw my video on Hyrule Warriors a few years ago, you'd know that I walked away having an absolute blast playing it. Yeah, it had its fair share of problems, and I did roast them quite hard, but nonetheless, I really loved it. Here comes Fire Emblem Warriors, and, well, it's a Warriors game with Fire Emblem characters. More importantly, this game feels almost identical to Hyrule Warriors, and that's honestly okay. It's that same kind of rule of thumb. If you like Zelda and you like the Warriors games, you'll love Hyrule Warriors. If you like Fire Emblem games and you like the Warrior games, you're gonna love Fire Emblem Warriors. Leveling up is now done in real time. You can teleport around the map and take control of any character. There's now a team-up mechanic that allows you to call in other characters on the battlefield for assists and big combo special attacks. Overall, it's probably going to be exactly what we all expect. Another good entry in the Warriors franchise. Me personally, I kind of wish Hyrule Warriors got a port to Switch with better graphics and features. Maybe even online play, but that probably won't happen. That's just crazy old me asking for dumb things. Oh well.
Number 7.
Sonic the Hedgehog has been gone for quite some time. In the past few years, we've been through some rough times with our blue blur. But this year, this may be the biggest year yet. We're getting a game that's going back to basics. We're getting a game that understands speed and platforming. We're getting a game that lets you become an original character in the Sonic universe. I played Sonic Forces, and man am I pumped! What? Oh, you thought I was talking about Sonic Mania, weren't you? Well, joke's on you. And all trolling aside, I've actually played a lot of Sonic Mania, both behind closed doors and on the open floors of convention halls. And I've played so much of it that I wasn't interested in playing anymore because the game comes out in just 2 months, and I want to keep some of those surprise elements of the game a surprise. With that said, a game that I knew barely anything about was Sonic Forces. And you guys know me in 3D Sonic games. I love and hate them both at the same time. I haven't done a video on Sonic Generations yet, but I did give it the Completionist treatment. And Sonic Forces really feels like it's Sonic Generations 2 in all of the best ways. The gameplay controls for modern Sonic feel a lot more tight and less floaty. The graphics have really gotten a massive upgrade, or at least it seems that way because I was playing on pretty fancy monitors and PCs. And the customization aspect, while I dabbled in it, seems to offer a lot of promise. I'm really excited to dive deep this holiday into Sonic Forces, but ever since Sonic Boom and Sonic 06, I have been really hurt. At the very least, I've got a really good feeling about Sonic Mania. It's going to be freaking incredible. Man, 2017 has really been shaping up to be a great year for games.
Number 6.
My good friend Jesse Cox introduced me to a little wonderful JRPG known as Ninokuni a few years ago, and the two of us streamed playing this game together for quite some time. Every minute of the game was an absolute pleasure, and I've been meaning to pick it back up with him. We get dozens and dozens of comments a day asking us to stream it again. Well, after playing Ninokuni II, The Revenant Kingdom, I'm gonna have to agree to get that ball rolling once again. Ninokuni II stars a young prince turned king named Evan. He is the prince of the cat faction who's at war with the mouse faction. Eventually, Evan gets ousted in a coup de grace by the king of the rat people known as Mouser. I think his name is Mouser? Mouserton? Damn it, I can't read my notes here. Ugh. F it, I'm sure someone else out there on the internet knows better than me. Revisiting another adventure in this artistic world is something so special that I can't even begin to describe how happy I am that it even exists. Expect a review of the original Ninokuni game in the upcoming months. Hopefully, when we go on that adventure together, you'll give this game a shot. The biggest change to come to Ninokuni II is, in fact, the battle system. It's a lot more action-heavy this time around. Yeah, it's an RPG, but it feels like it's more in your control, with one's ability to slash, dodge, and jump out of the way more smoothly than the previous game. There's no longer familiars, but you get these little guys called Higgledies. They're these cute little ghost-like creatures that can aid you on the fly. There's a lot to learn here, but I really think Ninokuni fans will love it.
Number 5.
So before everyone really explodes on me, I'm just gonna kind of say my thing and please forgive me. I don't like the Crackdown franchise. I don't know why. I have tried it a lot and it's just not for me. I know everyone likes those games, but they're not for me. But all of that may have changed when I played Crackdown 3 at E3. When I picked up the controller, the gentleman running the booth asked me what I was looking forward to from Crackdown 3. I told him I had no expectations, and he flat out just told me, imagine playing Grand Theft Auto 5, but you're a superhero. Well, that mindset actually sold me pretty early on. And you know what? He was right. I had 10 minutes to punch, shoot, and power slam my way to save the local neighborhood around me. And in that 10 minutes, I truly felt like a badass superhero. I'm in. There was a bunch of different zones in which you had to rescue certain hostages or stop all of the crimes in the nearby areas. This led to mindless, senseless violence, but it was awesome mindless, senseless violence. The superhero landing punch was pretty dang rad, and that's kind of what I walked away loving and spamming the whole time. I admit though, I wish I had a little bit more time to really sink my teeth into the game. But until then, I'll just have to let Terry Cruz's craziness tie me over until I can try the game out again.
Today, you throw grenades. Boom! Tomorrow,
Old Spice body spray makes you smell like power!
Number 4.
Earlier this week, I got a really cool opportunity to look at Assassin's Creed Origins, and it was in fact a hashtag ad. Unfortunately for me, my audience decided to pass on the video, or at least not really give it a chance. Which, hey, if this video convinces you at all to go check out Assassin's Creed Origins, 1, let Ubisoft know in Twitter or social media across the board, and 2, maybe go check out my video. I'd really appreciate it, and it would help me out a lot. I think I've reached this crossroads in my career where I want to work with companies closely and get paid for my time and efforts, but I need to come up with a better way to showcase stuff because you guys really don't like these videos. And it does suck because I sink tons and tons of time into them, and I know a lot of you guys don't like Let's Plays, and that's what these people typically do on YouTube, but I try and create more premium content for the coverage they want me to do. I don't know, I think I just need to go back to the drawing board with these sponsored content deals. Regardless, my point is, even though I was paid to showcase some of the changes in Assassin's Creed Origins, I genuinely love the franchise and was very happy to see these changes. Assassin's Creed as a franchise to me has always been the franchise that takes a lot of great steps forward and then takes a couple back. I seriously love Assassin's Creed, I love Ezio, I even love Connor, I love Black Flag. There's a lot of interesting and fascinating historical content in Assassin's Creed. It just gets watered down a lot by either the gameplay or the story or both. In case you missed out on my video, Origins combat got a complete overhaul, mirroring a lot of different elements from games like Dark Souls and the recent Breath of the Wild, where your actions and attacks have much more weight than just spamming the attack or reverse button. There's now a light and heavy attack that can be comboed together. There's a shield and parry mechanic now, and you can take possess of an eagle to be your scout. Bayek the Assassin is actually super fascinating from what I've experienced as a protagonist, and being set in Egypt at the beginning of foundation of the Brotherhood is super awesome for me. I'd love to know how all of this really started. Fully equipped with a skill tree, level progression, and an intricate loot reward system, I can fairly say that Assassin's Creed Origins has changed for the better. I just pray to the Egyptian gods that all of these stories make sense someday because man, these games get more and more convoluted. Great gameplay, fascinating start to a story, unfortunate resolutions across the board.
Number 3.
At the Ubisoft conference, we were revealed to maybe one of the weirdest games in the space that I can think of in recent years. A Mario Cross Rabbids tactical RPG known as Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. The Mushroom Kingdom has merged with the Rabbids universe, and everything is now infected with these cute little but loud rabbit creatures. It's stupid. It's crazy. I did not want this game. I did not ask for this game. But I played it. I played a lot of it, and now I want it. This is seriously crazy-ass XCOM starring Mario and the Rabbids. And in my book, if you can defeat the Rabbids, then I am down. Mario and the Rabbids must work together to try and restore peace to both kingdoms by tactfully battling across the lands. In each turn, you can move a character, hide for cover, and take a shot at a nearby enemy with their little Mario or Rabbid-themed guns. The battle system gets more deep as you can use the current characters on the field to jump further across the grid. You can slide into enemies to deal some free damage, and you can also use the environments like pipes to extend yourself even further. And all of these moves can be comboed together to create some really fun and exciting battles. It turns out that the music in this game is also being composed by my awesome friend and legendary composer Grant Kirkhope. I am so proud of him. He's going to crush it as always. And it makes him one of the few Western composers to actually work on a Mario game. It's pretty neat stuff. I think the thing that sold me the most on this game was that you can tell this game was made with love and care. There is a lot of depth sitting here waiting to be explored. The creative director of the game was so proud to reveal it that he was tearing up during the conference, which made me tear up during the conference. Seeing someone so happy with their work and it being displayed for the world to witness, and the work matching that passion and joy, is so incredibly infectious. This is the kind of stuff that makes me love E3, let alone video games, so damn much.
Number 2.
As a disclaimer, I've never watched an episode of any season or version of Dragon Ball Z. I know the character names based on what my friends have told me over the years. I literally know nothing, so I'm gonna say this. Dragon Ball FighterZ is one of the best fighting games I've ever played. Holy shit. The amount of hype and high I got off this game was through the roof. It's fast, it's easy to learn, tough to master. The animation is phenomenal. If you've ever played Guilty Gear, those guys are also the ones working on this Dragon Ball FighterZ game. I kid you not, this fighter makes me want to learn the lore and watch every episode of Dragon Ball Z. It looks like an anime cartoon fight is happening on screen, but it's a video game. 3v3 battles that go back and forth in an insane mashup. Yeah, I'll f***ing say it. This game should have been the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite we were hoping for. And it's not even coming out until 2018, which means it's gonna get the time it needs to be perfected. The polish, the finesse, the detail, the accessibility. I don't even watch anime, but this game was the hypest. Anime!
Number 1.
I think my number 1 on this list was the obvious choice for me. Super Mario Odyssey was a game that I was more excited for than when I got Breath of the Wild for the Switch. When I was at the Nintendo Switch reveal in New York City, I sat there in awe, watching that trailer for almost 30 minutes. I knew it was going to deliver. And when it came to E3, both in gameplay and presentation, literally on the show floor, it crushed it. On the show floor, they had a recreation of New Donk City, the first level in the game inspired by the Donkey Kong universe. Yeah, there were references all over the place, but everything just looked so damn cool. And you're probably wondering, hey, why does every statue that I'm chilling next to or hanging out with have a Mario hat and mustache on it? Well, in Super Mario Odyssey, the theme of the game is Cap, capturing and possessing objects, enemies, and people. Anything or anyone not wearing a hat can be possessed, and the combinations are endless. The music is killer. The main theme of this game is going to get stuck in your head for weeks. And it looks like Bowser's getting his wedding on with Princess Peach. Which, don't you worry, you Big Bad Bosses fans. I'm already brainstorming for Volume 2 coming soon. With regard to how the game plays, it's exactly as you'd imagine. Triple jumping, long jumping, backwards jumping, or quick sideways jumps, etc., all that stuff. Your familiar play style from 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy are here with the new mechanic of throwing the hat. And the hat is crazy cool. You can throw it at enemies to take possession of them, or you can hold it out there to kill them. You can throw the hat at blocks to get coins, and you can hold it there to keep racking up coins till the blocks are depleted. There's a super robust outfit situation happening here. Using coins of two types, the purple coins and the gold coins, to buy different outfits. Within New Donk City, I literally made corporate Italian construction business owner Mario, and never felt more badass about it. This game is going to be an insane combination of Galaxy, Sunshine, 3D World, and more. Yes, call me a stupid Nintendo ignorant fanboy, but I guarantee you this game will change the way we see 3D Mario platforming for the future. So, those were my top 10 games of E3 2017. I had a blast, and I hope you guys had some fun watching at home. Before I close out this video, I have to say, what made this E3 my favorite E3 of all time were you guys who I met at the convention. I met hundreds and hundreds of you guys at this convention, and I have to tell you, it warmed my heart every single time. The stories you shared with me really helped me keep me on track this week, and I can't stress enough about how important this whole experience was to me. This is just a general thing, but if you guys ever see me on the streets or anywhere really, never be afraid to say hello. I promise you'll get a smile, a thank you, and a picture if you'd like, because without you, I would have nothing. Thank you to you all watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys on Tuesday for my second hashtag ad video on Assassin's Creed Origins. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye!